I really wish I knew this earlier, how to handle our intense emotions and feelings. Then it would have saved me so much heartache, pain, and confusion. Basically, most of us have misunderstood what feelings are there for. And in this video, I'm going to take you through the framework on how to relate to your feelings so you can transmute through them, so you can alchemize them and come out healed and actually much more joyful and happy, content and fulfilled. I will give you three great examples that you can use even today. It's very simple. And how do I know this? Because I've gone through it all myself. I was diagnosed with clinical depression 3 times. I suffered with a lot of anxiety, a lot of just insecurities, and really intense feelings. I have always been a very sensitive person, and the way I handled it was by different addictions, basically. Most of us these days are handling it with digital media, our phone, watching things, and distracting ourselves. But with this framework, I've come out on the other side and much more content, fulfilled than I could ever dream of. Feelings are not something that we should shy away from, try to bury or ignore. I'm sure you know that already. What most of us don't really come to understand is that feelings are messages. Our emotions are pointing us into a direction, an area of our life where there's space to heal. In this space, it's our needs that have not been met, like a gap or a void, so to speak. And that is what the emotions are telling us, to go there and look at it and seek it out to understand what needs have we not had met for us yet. Most of us probably have this from our childhood, other times in our lives, relationships, school, whatever it might be. I don't necessarily dig too much in the past. I look at it from a much more principled way, and I look for the solutions. Very often when we hear sit with your emotions, express your emotions, or talk your emotions out, whilst that might be absolutely okay, very often we miss the message completely. The emotions that we have, and this might seem counterintuitive, but whatever we're feeling, we need to go to the opposite side of that. Let me give you some examples. One of the emotions that I hear quite a lot about is the emotion of sadness because we are lonely, we're feeling isolated, and this is a sign that we feel disconnected. Now, what is the opposite side of disconnection? Connection. So when we're feeling lonely, what we're seeking is connection, a belonging to a community, to the world, but also to ourselves. So the connection that we're seeking can be one of two things. If you're feeling lonely, it can be because you're seeking connection with people, with the community around you, and a belonging into the world. So, therefore, going outside, seeking out other groups and like minded is the best course. If you, on the other hand, might have a pretty social life, maybe a lot of things happening in work and you're in an office space or something similar, but when you come home, you feel lonely, then you're probably missing connection within. So if this sounds like you come home and quite immediately you turn something on to watch, you grab your phone, you call a friend, anything to remain with that outside connection so you don't feel alone, it means that you have a disconnection within. So, from our emotions, we look at the opposite side, that is our need. Once we find our need, we can start looking for practical solutions. Let's take another example. This may sound quite obvious, but if we're overwhelmed and stressed, of course, what it is that we need is calm. Overwhelm and stress usually means that we live in our mind, so it's really, really busy. Or that we have been running around fixing things, trying to make deadlines and make things in time, and we feel very pressurized and we can feel our heart beating. Sounds familiar? Well, calm. Grounding is what we need. And again, there are different solutions for this. One could be to remove all the noise, be in complete silence, lay down and be completely still, maybe in the dark, maybe in bright light, whatever works for you. But to remove all the noise so you can be simply still in silence with no movements, no busyness. Or if you're a little bit like me, that if I get too wound up in my head, it's not to sit still, then it just wires even more. So I love to do like a really tough yoga asana. So my body gets really engaged and it becomes very difficult. And then my mind starts to relax. So the key here is to remember that whatever we're feeling when it's distressing us, look at the opposite side and then think about solutions for yourself. What's practically here in order to deliver that calm, for instance, that you're seeking. The last example I would like to share with you today is anxiety. Anxiety lives in the future. It means that we are uncertain, wobbly, and we don't know what's happening. So, what are we seeking? We're seeking stability, a sense of control, and grounding again. So, we feel safe and comfort. So, when you're feeling this, can you predict the future? Of course not. So we need to take a micro action here to give yourself that sense of control. The micro action can be anything from making your bed or cook a meal or go out and grab a coffee, but doing something that you've done before to ease yourself away from looking into the future and worrying about it. So these micro action is not sidestepping it. It's just easing the underlying anxiety so you can create distance for a while. So you can also then look at it objectively. Once you have eased down from your anxiety, then you can go out of survival and into stability. And then it's really important that you have other methods for understanding how to deal with it, whether it's journaling, a conversation, maybe with a professional, with a friend, to rearrange the direction of your thoughts. So that again gives you the sense of power and control within you, self-empowerment. And then you will come out of that anxiety and uncertainty little by little. So the next time you're feeling strong emotions, maybe it's one of these three or something else, pause for a moment, take a breath, and then think about what's the actual opposite of what I'm feeling. And from that, you can start understanding what needs you have. And remind yourself that these feelings are messages. So ask, what am I being told right now? What area in my life am I being pointed to? Where is there opportunity for me to heal and give myself that which I require? So everything that I speak about is you giving yourself and meeting your own needs. This is how we build self-trust, confidence, and we stop trying to get what we need from other people, situation, events, your workplace, your partner. If we're able to provide for ourselves, we become so calm, so stable, and we stop trying to push and pull with the world around us. We are fulfilled by ourselves from within. If this video resonated with you, remember to hit subscribe, and I also offer a free consultation. Just check the link in my bio.